Well, for more on this, let's speak to Mustafa Fetouri. He joins me now from Tripoli. He's an independent researcher and an award-winning journalist. Many thanks for joining us, Mustafa.
Thank you for having me.
In the 5 years since the protests in Libya, we've had two governments, the death of an American ambassador, ISIS taking root. How has the situation in Libya deteriorated to this extent?
Well, the first reason behind the deterioration of the situation in the country, I would again think it's the outside intervention, specifically the NATO intervention based on UN Resolution 1973, or justified by that resolution, which stated Libyans, civilian needed the protection at the time in March 2011 from the regime forces. And despite the fact that was not the case, yet the enforcement of the resolution itself led to deliberately actually passed the actual authorization from the United Nations, and then eventually toppled the Gaddafi regime, sending the country into chaos. That's the main reason. The second reason is that so many militias that fought against the regime with the NATO help actually still operate.
Well, unfortunately, these militias have left a gap for Daesh, and they now exert more and more control over Libya. What is their goal in Libya?
I'm sorry, I did not hear the question.
Daesh is now exerting a larger role in Libya as a result of all these militia groups and the government not being in charge in Libya. What do you think Daesh is trying to achieve?
Well, it's very obvious. What is Daesh is trying to achieve is actually to find a better, safe haven, given the pressure they are under in both Syria and Iraq, and eventually they will lose at least most of the territories by their bombardment sustained against them now by the international coalition in Syria and Iraq. And the weakest country where they can establish themselves easily, obviously, is Sirte, Libya, specifically Sirte. They chose Sirte specifically for many reasons. One of them is by accident, actually, because most of the people who actually swore allegiance to Daesh in the early 2014 were Libyan groups inside Sirte, who are part of the rebels who fought against the regime. Then the second reason why they selected Sirte is the fact that it's one of the weakest points in the country. Plus, the third reason, it's very near to the oil terminals, especially Ras Lanouf, something like 200 kilometers away from Sirte or less. And then they have all the way down to the southern Libya. The desert is actually open to them, so they can easily link with other extremist groups in southern Libya, especially the Al-Qaeda and Islamic Maghreb, which operates from southern Algeria, northern Mali, and southern Libya.
Mustafa, unfortunately, we've run out of time, but it was really good to get your thoughts. Mustafa Fetouri joining me from Tripoli.